I think it's been great to see the progress in the way people talk about mental health and reducing the stigma that's unfairly and unreasonably been attached to it for so long. And so I think in some of the language that we see in the media, it's become a little bit more positive in terms of how we talk about it in business and business life. I think we've seen a real shift in that, but there's so much more to do. We're certainly not treated on a par in the way we talk about physical health, and I think our goal has got to be to try and get those into a place of equivalence, because that's how they should be seen. I think when you look at the number of people who will be affected by a mental health issue every year, it's a huge issue, and sometimes we lose sight of that when we talk about it. So I think there's a lot of work to do on language, there's a lot of work to do in how we think about it, but also in being open in how we talk about it. And I think that openness, which hasn't historically been there, is something where we've got a lot of room to grow.
Yes, I think you're completely right. One of the things we've noticed has been the quiet revolution of people with their own lived experience talking more openly about their experiences of mental health problems, whether that's to their friends and family or in workplaces or in schools or in local communities. We know from the campaign we've run, the Time to Change campaign, that generally speaking, public attitudes is nudging in the right direction. Every year it improves ever so slightly by one or two percentage points. But we also know that there are certain groups where the stigma can still impact on people's everyday lives. So, for example, a quarter of young people say the stigma stops them from going and talking about mental health in their school or in their home environment. So we know it makes a difference still. We've still got some way to go before people really feel they can be open about their mental health and say that they are not okay, as opposed to just simply saying, oh, I'm fine, you don't have to worry about me. And so the more we tackle that stigma, the more openness we get, we also begin to understand the scale of the need and the importance of getting help to people early.